Oh yeah.
Alright folks, welcome to the Klikcast with me. I have two special guests, Josh and Paul. Paul is the creator of the recently released Gungirl 2, and Josh, a talented musician, created a soundtrack for it. Say hello guys.
Hi there.
Alright, well I think we're gonna start all the way to the beginning with the release of Gungirl 1. Paul, what made you decide to create a sequel to it?
That was the main reason was that I wasn't really satisfied with the result of Gungirl 1. I mean, the game is quite fun, but most people thought it was generic and nothing special really, and that made me decide to make another game that sticks out of the crowd of most games.
Okay, great. So, and it was a couple of years ago, so you start working on it. Any reason why you kept using the Click Team products for it?
It's kind of, I don't know, it's like some old buddy that has some flaws and edges, and you get used to it, and you can, I don't know, it's like the program is some kind of cool to use and easy to understand, but sometimes it's just very frustrating, and I don't know, it's annoying, like whatever, and I don't know, but it's cool to make games with it.
Oh yeah. So when you get started on it, any things you wanted to change right away from the first Gungirl?
No, actually, I started out and mostly copy and pasted the first game and tried to see what game mechanics make the game better and more interesting. And I've tried to add new upgrades to weapons and new kind of ways to make more monsters. And so you have to fight not 2 zombies at one time, but hordes and extreme masses of enemies at the same time.
Yeah, the game is chock full with action and lots of things to do. How long in total did it take you to complete? Was it a couple of years?
Gungirl 2?
Yeah.
I took a few breaks. The complete time was about 2 years, and I had like, I don't know, if you count all the time together, it was about maybe 3 or 4 months where I didn't do anything on the game and just made something else, some other project, or just relax and do whatever.
Okay.
Get the mind free.
Yeah, well that's good. Get some more creative ideas in there. So at one point you're creating a game and you're like, I need some music for this. How, and maybe Josh, maybe you can explain this part. How did you guys get in contact with each other?
I think I sent him an email. Isn't that what we did?
I sent you a mail and I requested like, hey, here's my project, take a look. And I don't know, it was like 10 minutes or 20 minutes and you sent me a response and said, okay, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think
something like that.
That sounds more right. I don't know. I mean, I looked at it, I looked over it, I looked at the screenshots and stuff, and it looked like a lot of fun. It seemed like a good investment of my time, so.
So you were right away attracted to the game to get some music ideas flowing there, Josh, or?
Well, actually, the first idea for it, having like the cartoon style that it had, I was thinking to go more like a little playful, but after he sent me the first test of the game and I actually played through it, I got a completely different vibe, and I wanted to do something a little more aggressive, because even though it seems cute looking from the outside, it's very intense and it's a lot of fun. So I wanted to make sure the music matched it. That's what.
Okay, great. So you get started on some songs. Did you go back and forth with Paul, showing him examples if you liked it, or how did that go?
I think for the most part, I would do a draft of something, and he would tell me what he liked or what he didn't like, and sometimes I would listen, and sometimes I wouldn't. But it was a little bit of give and take until we got towards the end, where things were getting pretty cram-packed, and I had to finish faster. So I think for the most part, it was a little bit of both of those situations where we were discussing ideas and things that he liked, so I would use them more in other songs that I was doing later. And in some cases, I just kind of did it as fast as I could.
But Josh is extremely professional.
Well, thanks.
Of course he is. And even with this soundtrack, Josh did something special and got some musician friends gathered. I think the guitar and the violin.
Yep.
How did you come up with that, Josh, to include some more instruments there?
Well, Paul had told me right off the bat that the biggest influence musically that he wanted was from like Doom and Doom 2, and growing up like listening to Bobby Prince and just like loving that music, I was like absolutely thrilled about it. But the only thing that like it really needed was some cool guitar, and it just like I can play guitar, but I can't do it as well as Rich can, and Rich just blew it away. I had Rich come in and just do like a test session with me on one song, and as soon as we finished the first song, it was just like, wow, I have to have him on everything. I don't know what else to do. And the violin was pretty much I wanted to make sure that everything wasn't, it's like in a storyline you have to have comic relief, and same with the music, you have to have something that's not so intense all the time, but yet still edgy. And I felt like the violin would be a good way to achieve that, and I think it worked. So.
I think it worked out really well. How you posted some stuff on your blog about it, but how was it like working with those people live?
It was a lot of fun. It was definitely challenging because for a lot of it I had to prepare sheet music for the violin at least. Rich is talented enough. I could just give him chords to play, and he kind of just did his own thing, and that was, I don't know. It depends on the musician, though. Sometimes it's a lot of work and a lot of preparation, and other times it's just like a jam session. You just kind of sit down and just rock out. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. Anything else that stands out while you were creating the soundtrack for it that gave you problems or that worked out really well?
Not really that I could think of. The only problem I think that we had was a programming issue towards the end, which was all on me, I guess. But we figured it out. So.
What happened there?
It was my for some reason we couldn't get the big file. We had all the music in one file, and it just would not work as one file for some reason. So I had to split them up into separate ones because we used the same packing system that I used in the Spirit Engine 2, and it worked fine there. But for some reason, I don't know. I guess I feel like it's on me because I was switching computers around for a little while, and I don't know. But we got it to work, so that's all that matters.
Well, perfect. And going back to the game there, Paul, you're reaching the end there. When do you decide to stop? Like, of course, you want to keep creating levels, but when do you say, this is it, I'm going to start to beta testing it, finishing it off? When do you decide when I have to get this thing out there?
I had a pretty clear deadline for myself, so with the storyline. And I knew about how many levels I wanted to make, and I had to keep the flow in the game and not drag it too much. And I don't know, that line was pretty clear to me, so I always knew how much more work was left with the levels and the overall gameplay length.
Great. So, any big bugs that came up, or anything that made you want to pull your hair out in frustration, or was it just a smooth ride for the past 2 years?
Besides from the thing Josh mentioned, there was one very big bug because there was a problem with the ini++ object, which caused the game to crash on Vista and Windows 7.
No.
And that was really annoying and kept me awake all night. I don't know. And at least in the end, I wrote the developer from the object and told him about my problems, and he said, "Oh yeah, it's my problem, but I have to go over the weekend and I can't fix it." So I begged him and said, "Hey man, please man, I want to release the game soon, and please help me with this." And he sat down and said, "Okay," and he sent me a new version, but he told me it's an unofficial version just for me, so I can get the game out, and it worked 100% perfectly, and I'm very, very thankful for that.
And who was that? Yeah. Maybe you want to give some kudos to him, because that was a nice thing to do.
Oh god, his name is Jack Webster.
Okay, cool. So the game gets released, the soundtrack is finished, and the response was really overwhelming. You guys did a great job. How was that like, releasing the game and seeing your baby fly out into the internet?
It was a really good feeling. It was very satisfying to see people having fun, and you know, I had a lot of fun making the game, and it was just as much fun to see other people enjoying the game and having the same fun.
And for Josh, the same question to you. How was it like? Because you got some great responses to the soundtrack too. How was that like?
Oh, it was flattering more than anything. I was mostly surprised at how many people watched the trailer. Like it was like 25,000 or something last time I looked. Mm-hmm. Is that low? I don't remember. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I was kind of shocked, but it feels really good. So I had a lot of people. I got a few good emails, and I actually got one really long email. It was very like. Oh. Why are you doing this? It doesn't like somebody liked some part of it, but had a lot to say. But other than, I mean, it's a good experience overall, and I always like getting work out there. And I'm sure Paul feels the same way. It's just it's an incredible feeling. I love it. That's why I do it.
Well, that's great. So I'll start with Paul. Now that this game is out, what are you gonna work on next, or are you just gonna take a long break, or what's going on in your head?
Right now, I was preparing a new engine because when I started with Gungirl 2, I was pretty unexperienced with multimedia fusion, and there was a lot of complications because I used engines and like a patchwork. I put them together and hoped that it worked, and now I started over and made. I have a pretty solid engine right now in the works, which cost me about 2 days, and Gungirl 2 was about, I don't know, for the same thing, it took me about a month or something. So maybe I'm making another platformer, but it could be that I'm focusing my next project on another game mod, for example, map modifications for StarCraft 2 or something like that.
Okay, interesting. Okay, we'll keep watching. We'll keep watching your site. And Josh, how about you?
I'm actually writing an opera, which is pretty intense. That takes a lot of time. But besides that, I'm doing some projects on Overclocked Remix, which is ocremix.org. I'm on a few of their album projects and just doing some freelance stuff. And then there's games that I've been hired to do. So that was one good thing about Gungirl 2, is it actually got a lot of people interested in getting music for their stuff. So that was good. But other than that, nothing like too terribly big. It's kind of like taking a break. Feels good.
Okay, well that's great that it worked out so well for you guys. I think we're gonna finish it up unless you guys want to say anything else.
Is this is the Click convention, right? Is that where people are going to see this first?
What's gonna happen is they're gonna listen to a quick or small bit from this interview, and then the full version will be available online a couple of days later.
Okay, well, I was going to say hey to everybody there who actually can go, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, say hi to I think Jeff's there. Everybody's there.
Jeff's there. I know that Simon is going to be there. Stopgap. We used to work together. It's fun.
And Paul, anybody that you want to say hello to that's listening to you right now, sitting in a chair?
Yeah, I just want to greet every fellow clicker and every independent gamer out there who's interested in independent games, and say, yeah, yeah, have fun all and enjoy the games.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to do this. Hopefully we can talk again soon, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hey everyone, it's Matthew Wiese, or you might know me as Dubs. Actually, that's the other way around. I'm doing a little review playthrough of Arvoisine. I don't really know how to pronounce it. I am sorry about that. It's made by Alistair John Jack, and the music is by Ben Pedgel. It is copyright 2010, and this is a version 1.0 demo. I'll do a little playthrough of it, review it, and see, like, suggest if you guys should, and you probably already have, bought the full version. Let's start this. Let's go to the very bottom. M, where's W, I, E, S, and then the E again. Boink. Alright, let's see. I'm playing this on the controller, so I'm gonna... Alright, need to get used to the controllers. Dun 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 dun. As you can see, you play as a little gladiator guy, fighting what seem to be zombie-type enemies. They could also just be regular soldiers without very much armor. I use the spear, which there's two weapons, a spear and your sword, and you can duck to have a little shield, which I don't really find helps that much. If you can do it right here, you can actually, you can actually reach the snakes from far away with your javelin, I think it should be called. And I think that's really what it's meant to do. The birds on this game are rather annoying as well. So you play through what looks like an old NES to be maybe an SNES, but I think it mostly replicates an NES style graphics. Oh crap, that didn't work. Oh darn. I probably showed a bad example for this game, but this game is actually rather difficult. Though, the way I play it doesn't even look... Well, actually it is difficult. I think the graphics are very charming, especially the main hero guy. The enemies can be relatively annoying, and the pretty much the whole gameplay is fun and has a good difficulty of the old games found on the NES and SNES. Get this guy. And if I stop talking, you can actually hear the relatively amazing music. See how awesome it is? So let's get to the boss fight. Hey, that doesn't look me. Who is none other than Zeus! Zeus! Dun, dun, dun. Trick I found defeating Zeus is actually, if I didn't get it, darn it, launching javelins at him. That's the only way you can really hit him. Oh, darn. Alright. Well, you can see how tough this game is, pretty much. Let's try this one more time. Don't want to take up too much of Klikcast's, you know, awesome time. Gotta leave it to Ritus and his pure awesome. Just hop, hop. This game, I've actually gone through in a few, like, ran through all these enemies before with enough health to, like, barely defeat the boss. So, the music, I think, is well made. The graphics have a good charm to them. The gameplay, I mean, which is difficult, but that's pretty much a given. Whoa. Never knew they could fly into the spikes. So, overall, I think this game is worth the $5 it's asking for. So if any of you out there need a good indie game to cheer up your day, just spend a nice little $5 on it, and I think you'll have a good time. Alright, so we're back there. Snake, snake friend, friend. Oh my goodness. There we go. I don't know why that snake wants to hide from me. I'm actually a very charming guy. Alright, so let's get up here. Let's wait for these guys to come to us and start mashing the attack button. The birds are like one of the most annoying parts if you don't time them correctly. I don't know much about like the full game and where your settings will be, but I suspect it'll be different than where you are now. And if you didn't know already, if you don't beat the boss in the allotted time, you lose, which is also not really pleasant. Because I've gotten to, like, I defeated the boss, but the time still ran out or something. So, that really annoyed me. Oh my goodness. I do not enjoy you, Zeus. Oh crap. Oh crap. Come on, gladiator friend. There we go. See? The time's still going down. And I killed him at the very last second, and the time was still going down, and I lost. End of demo. Thank you for playing. So I hope I gave you guys a good impression of Arvosine, and I hope to do more of these for Klikcast, and good day to you all.
Hello and welcome to Versus, a new section of the show where two people of the community will have to battle it out against each other. On the left top side of the screen we got Rikus versus Sis on the bottom right side of the screen. The first person that gets the highest score within 2 minutes will win. Let's begin. And it is Sis who takes the lead. Rikus is not far behind. Rikus better pick it up. It's going back and forth now, folks. Currently, Rikus is leading. And Sis is taking it right back. Only 40 more seconds to go, and Rikus is still in the lead. Rikus 945 points against 940 points for Sis. It's close with only 17 more seconds to go. Seven seconds, Rikus still in the lead. And there we go, Sis had 1,110 points, but Rikus wins with 1,280 points. A close call, but Rikus wins this round. Join us again next time for a new game.
Alright folks, you reached the end of the show. Hope you liked it. The song you are hearing right now is a song created by Daniel Wiesner. It's called Two Player Co-op. He was kind enough to let us play it for you guys. It's a pretty good song. Other than that, if you have any comments or suggestions for the show, please let us know. I guess that's it. Thanks so much for watching. See ya!
Girl, you know you've got my heart. Player 2, press start. I see a long and lonely road from where I've been to where I am. There's less incentive towards the end of each campaign, but then you walked into the crosshairs of my sniper scope, and I knew then you were my lost hope. There's only so much I could say, my words get in the way, only thing to do. Won't you be my player 2? 'Cause I've got a game I'd really like to play with you. Girl, you know you got my heart. Player 2, press start. I'll be your main artillery if you would be my BFF. Solo's how I used to be in clear 1080. Now I see that life is all just a game and I'ma play it cooperatively. So baby, won't you be my cover on the battleground? Us back to back when we're surrounded. We make quite the team, oh yes we do. You and I could top the charts of every creeper, all could fight the fight that means the world survival. Hot and heavy until the end, because it's only me and you. So won't you be my player 2? 'Cause I've got a game I'd really like to play with you. Girl, you know you got my heart. Player 2, press start. You're my power suit, cute like Pikachu. You are bomb like Hudson, jet set like Beat. You can choo-choo rocket like nobody else I've seen. You're my final fantasy, invincibility, worth more than all the coins in the kingdom of me. And girl, you're more VA than any Master Chief, even hotter than a pre-release PS3. You're my Chocobo, you're my Pikachu, my Daxter, my companion cube. You take me higher than an airship over the blue. I wanna share this overworld with you. I can't hold on to my rings.
I'll be taking you high.
There's spikes in front of my springs.
I hope you're ready to fly.
And when a game's built for one,
I know just what we will do.
I say we double the fun.
And split one player.
Won't you be my player
I'll be
2?
your player
Everything
2.
I've ever done is suddenly brand new.
Everything is
I
brand new.
know you got
Oh,
my
you
heart.
got my heart.
Player 2, press start.
Player 2, press start.
Be my player 2. 'Cause I got a game I'd really like to play
I
with
got a
you.
game in
I
mind.
know you got
Oh,
my
you
heart.
got my heart.
Player 2, press start. Player 2, press start. Player 2, press start. Player 2, press start.
Aw, I ran out. Time to make some more.